Welcome in to Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM channel 375. All of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla, broadcasting live from downtown Chicago each and every day on the air until 3 Eastern, hanging out with you. And you can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Abdalla, as we get things started today, I saw a story on ESPN.com talking about the NFL and Roger Goodell essentially saying that he has no doubt that there will be an NFL team outside of the United States playing in the NFL all season long, being based somewhere outside of the U.S. And it seems like that's the long play for the NFL, right? Like the long play is getting a team over in Europe, I'm guessing, or maybe a team in like Mexico. Mexico City has been a location where they've hosted many different international games for the NFL. But it does seem like it's a big push. The NFL is yet to do this, yet to be able to accomplish this. They've been playing overseas for quite some time. 2006 is when they started sending teams over to London to start playing football games in the season, regular season games. And we loosely had Jacksonville for a while now be like a team that goes over every year. They were also the first team that stayed over for back-to-back games over in Europe. So it is Roger Goodell was on a German media outlet in a interview that was taking place. I guess he's summering in Europe.
Who doesn't want to summer in Europe?
I got no shade there.
Yeah.
He should have taken the Bleck Abdalla show. We could have documented the entire trip for him.
I mean, we love the NFL.
We love the NFL. We could sit there and we could watch him.
Summer with Roger Goodell.
I love the NFL.
Yeah, thank you, Bart Scott. We love the NFL.
Love the NFL.
We could give him advice on this.
Yes, we could. We could help promote the brand around Europe, around the world.
Yeah,
Bleck and Abdalla, we're the ones that could help out with this.
Yeah, Roger Goodell was talking to Der Sporttag.
The what?
Der Sporttag.
Okay, German media outlet, yes.
Well, I just want to give them proper credit.
Yes.
I just want to give them shadow German outlet. Give them proper credit. There's probably multiple German sports outlets out there.
Yes.
Okay, Der Sporttag. And do you want me to read it in German or do you want me to read it in English?
You have the interview in German from the German media outlet website?
I've been to Germany, not outside of the airport, just to the airport.
Does that count?
I don't know.
Do people, because you know that there's those people out there who have the map.
Yeah.
And then they put the little dots, the little pins.
I don't think it counts. You have to go outside of the airport. You can't just do a layover.
Yeah, because like just getting to the airport, that doesn't count.
It doesn't
count.
I've been to Frankfurt and I've been to Munich, but I haven't been outside of the airport.
So it doesn't count. So
it doesn't count. No, I haven't been. I mean, I've been on the soil. I've been on the airport, whatever, the linoleum.
Did you touch grass outside of the airport?
No, just the linoleum floors.
Just inside the airport?
Yeah.
Did you eat a meal in the airport?
Oh, yeah. I've been like hella layover.
Okay.
Like 8 hours.
A meal, maybe?
Actually, you know what? I did touch soil because because the flight was canceled. So I had to stay in the airport hotel overnight.
Okay, but was the airport hotel on the premise?
Yeah, like I had to leave the airport. It's kind of like O'Hare in Chicago. If you're familiar with O'Hare Airport, you have to leave the airport to go to the hotel. It's down the street a little bit, and then you go back. But you have to leave. You have to go through. I had to go through security.
But did you? You didn't go to the main city.
I didn't sightsee.
Okay.
I didn't see a site.
I'm not saying you had to, because you don't have to sightsee to get a vibe.
I don't have to see a site?
No, you don't have to do that to get a vibe.
I have to get a big
city.
beer?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I feel, because
Stein?
I feel as if you can mark it off your list of visiting a city if you say if it's a layover.
Yeah.
But then you have to go to the hotel, and the hotel is in like a city district.
No.
So you have to travel a little to get there?
This was not. This is like a crappy room.
If the hotel's on the premise of the airport, I don't think it counts.
It was like you take like an airport shuttle.
Oh, no. There's not your own transportation.
No.
That doesn't count.
Okay.
That doesn't count.
All right.
Because I know what you mean. Not exactly the same situation, but got stuck once coming back from Florida, from Miami, in Charlotte.
You could put a pin in Charlotte.
Well, right? And so the amount of time I spent in Charlotte was in the airport, going to the hotel that was in Charlotte, and then going back to the hotel the next morning.
Yeah, I don't think
to
you
get
count
back
that.
on the flight. I don't
You've
know.
not been to Charlotte.
I don't think so either.
No.
I don't think I've been there.
Just like I haven't been to Germany.
Okay, all right.
Even
so now
though
that
I sampled some of their wares in their airport.
Raj has a question on this.
Okay,
Raj,
Raj.
what piqued your interest on this conversation?
Okay, so I would put a pin that I have visited where you guys are, Chicago, Illinois.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
was only in O'Hare Airport, but my friends and I recreated the scene from Home Alone 2 and made it a big thing because we're in Chicago. We're in the same airport as
Mhm.
Home Alone 2. So it wasn't just like your typical walking through the airport, seeing the same airport things. We did something specific to that location in an
Okay.
iconic movie scene about Chicago. Does it count that I have been to your guys' hometown?
I think you gotta eat something. You gotta do
What'd you eat?
something.
What'd you have?
Did you have a hot dog? Did you have a Chicago style hot dog? Did you
Little
have a
deep
deep
dish
dish
pizza?
or
I
a,
think
like
I
a
had a
tavern-style
Wetzel's
pizza?
pretzel, very
Wetzel's.
commercial. I
don't
think.
know
I
about
think.
that.
But
don't
the
know
reason
about
I bring it up,
that.
you know how your phone.
Wetzel's pretzel.
You get a
Well, I'm in
Did
the
you have a
airport.
rainbow cone?
I think
Wait, what the
you know how your phone library, categorizes locations you've taken. Like
Yes.
I have a Chicago category from that video.
That's fair.
Because of all
yeah.
the photos that
Yeah,
you took
yeah,
while you were in the
yeah,
airport.
yeah,
I will
yeah.
say this, in defense of O'Hare Airport, the inside hasn't really changed much in the last 30 years.
No, it hasn't.
So what you've seen on film
It's the same.
is what you walk through, right?
Yeah.
Like Raj, what Raj
If
is
you've
saying,
seen
like,
Home Alone, you're
Home
like,
Alone,
yeah, Home Alone.
or music videos of the past. There's
Yeah.
the sea concourse
Mhm.
that goes underground with all the lights. Like that has
The
been
Diddy
in-
video.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna say that. I was just
No,
saying
you
music,
gotta-
I mean-
music videos.
Yeah, the one that the Diddy video that that's on TV, not
Yes.
the ones that are evidence.
Yeah, right, that one. But point being is that's still there.
Yeah.
So it looks like it would that
So-
you're
Yeah.
familiar with.
Yeah.
You didn't answer my question. Have I been to Chicago?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think O'Hare
Yeah.
counts.
Yes. No.
Now
I
if
have
you said,
on my phone says Chicago. I got a video doing the Home
No,
Alone.
I don't think
thing.
it counts.
I think if you would have answered with, I went on a food tour in the airport
Yeah.
of I got the Chicago dog.
Yes.
I got
Yeah,
a
we-
deep dish pizza.
Yes.
The
I got a
irony is we
beef.
did not have
Yes.
much time to connect. So it actually made a lot of sense for us to do the running through the airport Home Alone
Sure.
thing because we didn't
Yeah.
have much time to connect.
See
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I get it. I don't think it counts.
No.
I don't think it counts. So we're none of us are like Roger Goodell, who's just
Long
living
story
it up.
short, Roger
Yeah.
Goodell did go to Germany.
He did.
Germany.
He talked to a Despotag.
What are we
Yes.
doing?
And
What's going
he
on?
said, and quote, at some point there will be NFL teams outside of the USA. I have no doubt that this will happen one day. End quote. This is a horrible, horrible idea. That's my quote, not Roger Goodell, because he would never say
okay.
that.
I thought
He would
that you
never
were
say
still
that.
translating
He would
German
never-
for us.
No. He would never say that. And I believe he's in Germany. It's funny that he's in Germany because Germany is the one place where obviously they do multiple games in London. There's 3 games in London this year. There's the Jaguars do 2 games, and Germany is the one place where the Germans actually love the NFL.
Yeah,
There's-
I'd
it's-
say the English and the Germans really support the
really
product.
embrace
Yeah.
it, right?
And no shade at the Spanish fans. I think they get behind it.
Yeah.
The French,
We'll see how
We'll see.
Australia.
we'll see.
We'll see how Australia
We'll
does
see.
too. Week 1.
I've told you from being over there during the NFL season, the one country I can guarantee for a while the NFL won't travel to is Italy. I don't think Italians care at all.
Well,
they
there's-
only care
look.
about their soccer. That's what I picked up on there. Like at least when you travel to the other countries, you see American sports apparel. You see when you're in France and you're in Paris, you see NBA stuff everywhere, right? It makes sense with Wemby, but also the generation before Wemby, you have Gobert, Nicholas Batum,
Mhm.
you have Tony Parker, right? Like you have a lot of NBA players with a lot of success who are from there. And in Spain, there seems to be a healthy support of the NFL product too. But England and Germany, I think, are by far the top 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, there's 9 games this year. They voted to expand it to possibly 10. It probably will be 10 next year. And eventually, you are going to get an international game every single week, except for probably the last week of the season. it's probably too tough to put a game on the last week of the season because the playoffs start the week after. It's too tough to ask a team, although I wouldn't put it past the NFL, especially it's going to be impossible if you put a team in an area, because someone's going to have to host a game, I would imagine, in an international market if you put a team in an international market. So imagine expanding the NFL. You'd have to either move a team or you'd have to create a new team to move and put into an international market.
See, and this is why Albert Breer posted this after this story was posted earlier this morning that Goodell spoke to a German outlet saying that he has no doubt there will be NFL teams outside of the U.S. This is what Albert Breer put on social media. Some background here. This is from Breer. The NFL launched the International Series in 2007 with the goal of having a full-time franchise in London within 15 years. The league feels like the fan base is there, but the logistics are not. So they missed the mark on it. Logistics remain the hangup. I think Breer's totally right. If they could, I think the NFL would expand to 4 more teams and create a division that's in Europe. I think that's the end goal. They want a division placed and based in Europe. And you could place a team or 2 in London. You could place a team in Germany. You could place a team in Spain.
Yeah.
And then you're ready to go. If you do 2 teams in London, you could just do one or the other.
Yeah.
But you could have in just one team in London, a team in France, a team in Spain, a team in Germany.
Yeah.
That to me seems like the goal. But again, logistically, how would you be able to figure that out? If you added 4 more teams, would you send teams on tours to the US to then play their road games?
Yeah.
Because obviously the divisional games wouldn't affect anything, right? Because the countries over there are so close that you're talking about an hour-ish flight from somewhere in Germany or to Madrid or to London, right? So it's all very close. So the teams that are based there, there's not an issue, right?
Look,
the travel there is okay.
Yeah.
It would be, how do you put the schedule together with the teams who are in Europe coming to the United States? To them, are they coming to the U.S. and they're doing like a Texas road trip where they play 3 consecutive weeks against teams in Texas and then they come back? How would you be able to logistically do that?
I think what you would do is you would have to have a hub for that team in a specific area in the United States. So that team would live for a month in their hub, and then they would practice here. They would face the Cowboys. They would go back to their home, wherever it is here. They would go and they would not necessarily face, the Texans next, but then they could go face, whoever, the Rams next. And then they would go back here and then they would face whoever. But they would essentially spend a month in the United States and they would have a practice facility in the United States. That's the only way I could see this working. Is that you would have 2 essentially homes. You would have
a camp.
You would have a practice facility in the United States and you would have a practice facility in Europe.
What if you had the teams have their training camps in the U.S. and then they start the season in the U.S. and then go over? Because to be honest, when I'm thinking through the logistics of this, to me, the concern is not necessarily sending teams there. Because we've now all grown accustomed to an NFL team going to Europe for 1 week and then coming back and either having a mini bye or a bye game and then coming back to the States and then they're set. They move on with the schedule. So having the teams play 1 game on the road in Europe, that's a non-factor to me. I don't think that that's an issue at all.
No.
The issue would be getting the teams that are based in Europe over to the U.S., because you're not going to send them over 3 and 4 times throughout the regular season. Because, right, so if you're making the schedule, you take a team, you have the 3 opponents that you play at home and on the road who are in your division.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 6 games right there. So then you're left with what? You're left with 11 games. Half of them are road games. Give or take on how each year it works out.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
You're talking 5 or 6. So you're not going to send a team in Europe 5 times back to the United States.
No.
So you would have to do 2 trips, which I think that's a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's even so. So would you send a team? Would it be this? And I know we're like talking through the ideas, and you can call or text us at 310-840-4910. I think people will have some good ideas on this. Would it be one road trip?
Yeah.
Where you string together the 5 road games you play in the States, and that team makes their U.S. tour.
That's what I think it would be.
And then it's, whatever it is. They're just here for a month and a week or so, and they're playing in New York. They're playing in Kansas City.
That's what I think it would be.
They're playing in Houston.
Yeah.
They get out to Arizona. They come back to Miami, and then they go back to Europe.
That's what I think it would be. And you would have their own facility here somewhere in the United States. So like if you've got a team that's based in London, they would also have a facility in, somewhere in Texas or somewhere in California or somewhere, wherever it is. I mean, listen, we're talking about the Chicago Bears moving to Hammond. Maybe they've got a facility in Chicago. Who knows? Like you need a place.
Secondary home.
I'm just saying, you need a spot. There might be a spot open. So like you need to have a place where they could practice every day. They could live for a month. Like, they'd have to go back and forth where they could do these things, because you've heard about teams that like LA, they stay on the East Coast after they play like the Ravens, and then they stay on the East Coast before they go out to London or Germany or whatever. Or, the 49ers are staying in Denver this year before they go to Mexico City, so they can get used to the altitude and then go to Mexico City. So teams already do something like this when they're preparing to go overseas here in the United States. It would just be an elongated version of that for teams. But again, like, you're asking a lot of this. And again, the NFL can do this. The NFL Players Association has to agree to this, I would believe. I don't know if the NFL can just say, we're adding 4 teams. We're putting 2 in London, a team in Germany, and a team in Spain. Deal with it.
I would ask, the NFL is a little different because the offseason is so intensive, where there's a lot of things that take place in the NFL offseason where players have to be present at the facility. So, like, I know, for example, NBA players, for the most part, and I know this is a generalized statement, they all live in California. They live in Florida or California. NBA players. During the season, they're in their home market, wherever that may be. Minneapolis, Milwaukee, Memphis. But for the most part, the rich dudes in the end, they're in California or Florida or Texas, right? They're avoiding the state tax, or they're living out in Hollywood. That's just how the NBA operates. The NFL feels a little bit more like families put their roots where they're at. And so I don't know if the PA would respond. Like, part of me would be like, what does it matter? You've got tons of money. You can afford it. The teams will have nice facilities. If you are playing for a team that's in Germany, then that's just where you play, and that's where you'll live. Like, tough.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Will the PA push back on that? That there are players who don't want to go to London.
Listen,
they don't want to live in London. I don't know.
Cancel a padded practice. They'll agree to anything.
But the worst negotiating possible.
The players
from the NBA from the NFL PA.
The players are horrible at negotiating. They don't know what they're negotiating for. And cancel a padded practice and get rid of an OTA. And they're like, oh, great deal. Don't ask for healthcare for the rest of your life or anything like that. Ask for get rid of an OTA, and the owners will think they got away. We'll know they got away with one.
They're asking for an extra practice in shells, which is just the shorts and the t-shirts and helmets.
Ridiculous.
Like, they don't want pads.
If the owners want this, the players should ask for lifetime healthcare. Give us healthcare for the rest of our lives, and we'll do this.
Yeah, or Raj is suggesting it's a good idea. What if they collectively bargained where the teams in Europe actually had more cap space? So then they could incentivize players to go over that. I don't think that would go over well.
I mean, you're going to have to increase. You're going to have to increase something.
I don't think teams would. Well, they would be able to increase the cap space because the league will make more money off of this because there will be more fans. And then imagine the television revenue now that you tap in to the BBC and Sky Sports and BN and all the international soccer stations that would be looking to carry NFL football games. the full slate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of those countries already do it, but if they had their own team, it would be a little bit different. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app, 310-840-4910. We have a text from the 843. Ryan in Myrtle Beach texts us. He goes, I had a connection at LAX recently, was there for about 4 hours. So basically, I'm from California now. Love it.
I actually, you know what? That's actually for California. That's true. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a shot.
That's actually true
Abdalla,
in
what are you doing? Don't take a shot.
That's actually true in California.
Don't do that to our great listeners in the state of
California. You can actually vote now in California. Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, I think
what are you doing?
Raj can now vote twice in Illinois. What are you talking about? Our great listeners in California.
Well, sometimes in this state, that's how we get things done.
Raj can vote. Raj has got his. Check your mail, Raj. You get
you got a cat who can vote too.
We got an election coming up here in November, Raj, for governor. You get to vote twice.
Yeah, you got a cat, dog. What else you got?
You know what, guys?
Your daughter
I just
want to
vote
too.
I just want to vote for whoever's going to keep the Bears in Chicago. So you guys let me know, and that's who I'll check on the list.
That's
good luck on that one.
Yeah.
Good luck on that one. Goodell, did you see the latest from last week?
We don't even know who that is. That's Goodell. Can you vote for Roger Goodell?
We had the story on Friday that the Bears met the media. They announced nothing. Okay, so that's the story. We told you. If you're listening to the show, you're aware that all the clickbait that's out there, nothing was accomplished last week. You know who was meeting with lawmakers in Illinois to try and figure out this situation? Roger Goodell last Thursday was meeting with people behind the scenes. You think the NFL wants the Bears leaving the state of Illinois if Goodell is stepping in behind the scenes? Yeah. They want the Bears to stay in Illinois.
Come on. Yeah.
So we'll let you know. If something happens in the story, the Bleck Abdalla Show, we will let you know right here on Westwood One Sports. It's Bleck Abdalla here until 3, hanging out with you. There's a team in the AFC that just added a stud wide receiver, but some may say he's past his prime. I think he'll be really good in this new setting. We'll tell you about that coming up next. This summer, the DraftKings Sports app is now available in all 50 states.
Your DraftKings customers sign up with code B&A26 and spend $5 to get $150 in rewards within 14 days. That includes all markets.
That's code B&A26 for Bleck and Abdalla 26. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Connecticut. Call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org on behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas. Bet tax pass through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus void in Canada. Event contract trading with DraftKings predictions involves risk of loss. Availability varies. Predictions offer void in New York. Bet to get bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Trade to get prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. $50 in rewards issued every 7 days via click to claim for 14 days. One non-withdrawable reward redeemable. Nationwide based on sportsbook predictions and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state. Terms at dkng.co/offer. Limited time offer.
The Cardinals offense had been a surprise of the preseason, but rookie running back Jeremiah Love is now dealing with a high ankle sprain. Will the number 3 overall pick return to the backfield by Arizona's opener? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
The Colts have officially signed Keenan Allen, the wide receiver. He'll play his 14th season in the NFL, longtime Charger. Spent a year with the Chicago Bears, then back to the Chargers last season. Hit over 700 yards, caught 81 passes, had 4 touchdowns. Keenan Allen can still play. He's a Hall of Fame wide receiver. He can still get it done. Now he's joining the Colts. So Daniel Jones gets another veteran wide receiver to add to the group. I know Alec Pierce has been dealing with offseason ankle surgery. So whether or not Pierce will be fully healthy all season long, it just gives extra reinforcements to the wide receivers for the Colts. An offense that at the start of last season, for the first half of the year, the Colts had one of the best offenses in football. They were rolling for the first half of the year. So Keenan Allen signing with the Colts.
Look, it's a good move to add a guy who put up close to 800 yards last year. He only had 4 touchdowns, but he did lead the Chargers in targets. Like, he was a go-to guy for Herbert out there. My only question is, if Alec Pierce is going to be coming back from this ankle injury, he hasn't practiced yet. He's probably not going to practice this week. He is hopeful to be back for week 1. Alec Pierce is supposed to be your take the top off the defense type of guy, right? Josh Downs is your slot wide receiver guy, right?
Okay.
Tyler Warren is your tight end, catch everything over the middle type of guy, right?
Sure.
What is Keenan Allen?
Keenan Allen is a guy who can move the chains.
But he's your over the middle.
Yeah, but
okay.
He's crafty.
Slots.
He's a crafty vet in the slot who finds the spots in the zone and he moves the chains.
You have 3 of the same wide receivers. You have Tyler Warren, Downs, and Keenan Allen. You have 3 of the same wide receivers.
Yeah, kind of.
You did not address the Alec Pierce maybe absence.
Like an explosive playmaker down the field that stretches the field.
You have a clogged log jam. Like, I'm not saying Keenan Allen isn't a good addition. That's not what I'm saying. But you didn't address.
Well, to your point, the best way the Colts can play, right, is running the football first with Jonathan Taylor.
Absolutely.
That brings safeties down into the box. Okay, so you need someone to stretch the field to create a little space for the run game. Keenan Allen doesn't necessarily stretch the field.
No.
Keenan Allen, though, does show up on third down. When you're 3rd and 7,
yes,
and he can get 8.
Yes.
Like, that's what Keenan Allen does. And in the red zone, he catches touchdowns. He has his entire career.
He caught 4 of them last year.
Yeah, 4 again, he's entering his 14th season.
I understand that. You're making my point for me. I like the addition, but they didn't address their needs.
Well,
this to me doesn't this doesn't do anything for them in the division. This doesn't add anything for them. Like, this doesn't now the Colts are a contender in the division.
I didn't say that. I did that wasn't the tease. The tease was adding a vet to the wide receiver core of the team. That's it. They're adding a veteran wide receiver. I don't think the Colts are going to make the playoffs.
But if he went back
I don't have them winning the division. I don't have them doing anything.
But if Keenan Allen went back to the Chargers, you'd be like, that's a great move. I like them a little bit more than I liked them yesterday.
I know it's not the day for this. A little buy, sell, a little stock watch. I always buy Keenan Allen stock.
I like buying
he always
Keenan Allen
shows up.
stock too.
He always produces.
But this doesn't make me want to buy any more Colts stock.
No, because your problem is Daniel Jones. That's the problem. If they had a better quarterback, then you would have a different opinion.
But if they got
the reason you have this opinion is because Daniel Jones is back there.
I have this opinion because this doesn't help what you need a speedy wide receiver that can run down the field.
Well, Alec Pierce has to get healthy.
Okay, but you could have added someone to supplement Alec Pierce. Keenan Allen is not that.
Okay, last season, Daniel Jones in 13 games. He threw for 3,100 yards, 19 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Quarterback rating, 100. Will his numbers be better or worse than that? And I understand only 13 games, but not every quarterback starts every game.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones runs coming off of an injury. I know that his rehab stint and his ability to get back ready to go for the start of training camp was impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Does Daniel Jones go over those numbers? 3,100 yards, 19 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. At the first half of last season, people were like, hey, Daniel Jones, could he be an MVP candidate?
It's over.
There are people out there.
He goes, you said 3,100 yards?
Yeah, 3,100 yards.
He would,
13 games.
I mean, to not go over 3,100 yards puts him he was the bar. 3,100, he'd have to go, the only other one was CJ Stroud didn't go over, Geno Smith, Bryce Young.
Yeah, you did that in 13 games.
I know,
that's what I'm saying.
If he's going to go over.
We're both saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying, you're saying, we're saying.
We're all saying.
We're all saying.
He's going to go over. I think
8.1 yards per attempt last season for Daniel Jones.
Yeah. That's not bad.
No, it's good. That's what I'm pointing out.
They were on track to have that 8.1 yards puts him 4th or 5th in the NFL last year. He wasn't bad. until he got hurt.
Oh, I'm not saying he's bad. I just
You don't like Daniel Jones.
Oh yeah, for my
you have
quarterback,
no respect for Daniel Jones.
very little.
But
You're
until
right.
he got hurt,
Very little.
Until he got hurt, he was in the MVP conversation, and they were putting up historic numbers, and they had the best offense in the NFL. And then he got hurt. We don't know what could have happened if he didn't get hurt. Let's see what this looks like this season if Alec Pierce comes back and plays week 1.
On DraftKings right now, shout out to DraftKings, Bleck Abdalla 26, BNA 26.
Shout out.
Right now, the AFC South winner, the favorite, the Houston Texans at plus 110. Jacksonville is second at plus 245. The Colts are third at plus 380. And the Titans are plus 800.
Yeah.
To win the division. So I don't think I'm alone in this idea of thinking the Colts are not going to be a playoff team this upcoming season.
I don't think so either. I put them right around there. I put the Texans 1, the Jags 2, and the Colts and the Titans are going to be fighting for third. And if things go right for the Titans, I like the Titans more than I like the Colts just because I think they're going to have a better defense because I like Robert Saleh. And I think he's going to coach up a good defense.
And I would also say, if you're looking for the long shot to win a division, the Titans at plus 800, they're the best option you have of the teams who have the worst odds of any division. Like maybe Minnesota, they're at plus 510. I don't see it with Minnesota. Atlanta at plus 400. Are the odds great enough to splurge on that? But the Tennessee one at plus 800.
The problem is what I saw from Cam Ward, and it's just one preseason game. It was a very limited amount of snaps.
Oh, didn't look good?
Was really bad.
Oh, no.
Was really bad. Like, he's got him and Brian Dable have got to get on. Like, the dude has had a bad intentional grounding penalty.
Yeah, Cam Ward went 5 of 12 for 57 yards.
And it looked worse than that sounded.
Quarterback rating of 56.
He had a decent drive, but that was about it. The intentional grounding penalty was horrible. He was all over the place. He was running for his life. I think it will look better with time, but Brian Dable's got his work cut out for him. Look, Cam Ward's not Josh Allen. Simple as that.
No.
He's not going to develop him like he developed Josh Allen. Now, look, I'm not saying he can't be good, he can't be great, but this is going to be a work in process. I'm banking on my reasoning for liking the Titans is banking on Robert Saleh coming in and turning around the defense fast and them protecting leads or keeping them in games, and Cam Ward taking small steps with Brian Dable and them being able to squeak out some wins here and there with a strong defense.
So the way I would look at it with Cam Ward, last year we saw a draft class of quarterbacks in their second season come into their own. And we saw many of them have a lot of success. Drake May was an MVP candidate, gets to the Super Bowl. Caleb Williams gets to the playoffs, really good season. Bo Nix gets the AFC Championship game. And Jane Daniels 2 years ago as a rookie had a lot of success, NFC Championship game. So if I'm looking at Cam Ward with the same timeline that I looked at with that class, can Cam Ward do anything that's not just what Penix has done? You know what I'm saying? Like, passing Penix from that past class is a low bar to clear.
Just stay healthy.
Can Cam Ward do anything this upcoming season to be on the level that we saw from May, Williams, Nix, and Daniels? Is there anything, like, can Cam Ward do that? Because if Cam Ward could get to that, any one of them, pick whoever you want. There's 4 guys that had a lot of success last year.
Yeah.
Then I would feel good about Cam Ward. But if he doesn't take that progression this upcoming season, then I don't know.
No, you're right.
I wouldn't feel great about it, because then then you look at him and you say, is this JJ McCarthy situation?
Well, look, I think he's got more talent than JJ McCarthy. I think he's got more of a running capability. I think he's got more arm talent. I think he's got the ability. I think he's got a better, I'm not saying that Dable's better than Kevin O'Connell, but
in college he threw the ball more.
He threw the ball more.
He was more
exactly.
successful.
I'm saying he's got better
passer.
arm talent. Yeah. So I think he can get it done. I just hope that they give him the time and he's got and Salah can figure out the defense so they can keep him in games. And actually, he's not just sitting back there and having to throw 45 times a game to keep them and trying to protect leads and stuff like that.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app, sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. One of the most prestigious franchises in sports has become a reality show. Abdalla is one of our reality experts here at Westwood One Sports. He'll try and make sense of what's going on with this team coming up next.
Deshaun Watson outdueled Shedeur Sanders in the Browns preseason opener. Can Sanders make up ground when he gets the start Saturday against Buffalo? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Okay, I didn't watch the show. It's not necessarily a reality show, but it plays out like it is because it's following, from what I can understand, something that really did take place in the world, and it's HBO's Succession.
Yeah.
Now, I know you are a reality TV fan.
I am.
So you can kind of update us on this, but I feel as if this Los Angeles Lakers story is NBA Succession. And that's for me from afar. I didn't watch Succession, but I think I grasped the idea. Isn't it supposed to loosely be based off the Murdochs?
It is.
And the
Loosely?
Fox?
No, it is.
Oh, so it's
Yeah,
it's
100%.
it's supposed to be off of the Murdochs and the Fox Corporation.
Yeah, it's not loose.
Okay, all right.
It is.
All right. So like I said, I didn't watch the show.
Yeah.
I was too busy rewatching Mad Men for the 80th time.
I mean, you can watch other things.
I know, but okay, so
Says
NBA,
the guy who's currently rewatching Sopranos for like the 10th time.
So NBA Succession taking place. So yesterday, the news broke that we had news last week that Mark Walter is selling his stake in the Los Angeles Lakers to Bob Iger and Jared Kushner's brother, right? Josh Kushner, is that his name? So they are buying the Lakers. There's a 17% stake that the Buss family still owns. There's a couple of brothers, and then there's Jeannie Buss, who Jeannie Buss is the one who's been running the franchise, right? So there was a story yesterday saying that the brothers all got together and they voted to sell the remaining 17 and change percent to Bob Iger and the new group purchasing the Lakers, thus getting the Buss family out of owning the Los Angeles Lakers for once and for all, which is kind of a sad thing to think about because, you know, it is one of the iconic and great sports franchises we have in this country.
Yeah.
And it's been family owned for a long time. And they've had a lot of success, a lot of championships, a lot of great players who play for the Los Angeles Lakers. Then Jeannie Buss, her representatives, lawyers, whatever, put out a statement yesterday saying she's not selling. And they can't do that because they can't. So explain to me what's going on with this NBA Succession situation with the Lakers.
So if you've seen Succession, this is Jeannie Buss basically doing the I am the eldest boy from Succession, where she believes she should be in control. She believes that she should have say. She has shares. She didn't agree to this. They all went behind her back, had a meeting.
That's what it looks like.
Had a meeting.
They had a meeting.
Didn't call her.
Yeah,
but she believes as the eldest boy. But she's not a boy, obviously. There's a scene at the end where in the last season where the guy is as the eldest son. He believes that he should be the successor.
Okay.
And he should be in charge. And they go, why? And he goes, because I am the eldest boy. And then they all laugh at it in his face because it's a very ridiculous scene. But she believes that because she has shares, she should have a say. And they're saying, well, all of our shares combined
are greater than yours. We're voting to
sell. You don't have a say because our sum is greater than your share. Our sum of shares is greater than your amount of shares.
Sure.
So you don't have a say. This is basically Succession, essentially. So this is a family-owned business that a lot of kids are involved and a lot of family members are involved. And they got together seemingly behind her back and have voted for this. and she wants a say because she is the face. I don't know any of these other family members. We all know Jeannie Buss is the face of the Lakers, of ownership at least. We all know who is running the Lakers. It's Jeannie Buss for now. And now they're all voting and now she's putting in her say and her lawyers. I don't know how this is going to go on, if they can stop the sale of the shares, and what happens if they do, and if they can stop it. Does she absorb their shares? Can those shares be sold and she keeps a portion of them? I don't understand how this can go on, but you've reached a point here where the rest of the family members want to be done with the team. They want their money. They want to move on.
Yeah.
She does not. She still wants to be in control of the team, and she wants to still own part of the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, 12.5 bill, 17% of 12.5 bill. It's a lot of money.
It's a decent chunk of change.
A lot of cash. Jerry Buss has owned the Lakers since 1979 when he purchased the team from Jack Cook. So he has owned the Lakers in the family.
Mm-hmm.
And, you have to give them the credit, right? Like, they have won for the majority of our lifetime, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm 41. The Lakers have almost always been good. There's been a couple of spots here and there where maybe they're not competing for championships, but the Lakers are the brand in basketball.
Yeah.
There's no bigger brand in NBA basketball and world basketball, the Los Angeles Lakers. And I would say, if we're looking at just the collection of the greatest American sports franchises, it's the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Lakers.
Mm-hmm. Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys haven't had the level of success that the other two have, but the Cowboys are the largest football brand.
If you're picking out a team from the NFL, it's the Cowboys. As a brand, it's the Cowboys.
Yeah. But I mean, the one thing I would separate is the Yankees and the Lakers throughout the last 40 years have had more success than the Dallas Cowboys.
For sure they have, yeah.
But the Cowboys, of course, the Cowboys are that in the NFL. But in the NBA, the Celtics clearly have a big following, but I don't think it's close to what the Lakers have.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
So that's the latest on what's taking place with the Los Angeles Lakers. And it does seem like it's, and I didn't really watch. I'm loosely aware of Succession. I know that Jeremy Strong is he's one of those method actors. He's always in character, a real serious guy.
I saw a thing about him.
He's a real thespian. There was an individual.
There was an article with him, and the quote was, as him being a method actor, sometimes you have to be willing to be uncomfortable and make other people uncomfortable. Dude,
sure,
you're just an ass. Like I've heard that working with people that are method actors like that is just totally it's just uncomfortable and wrong, and you're making people weird, feel weird. It's don't be an ass.
The news to him is his new Facebook movie that's going to come out where he's playing Zuckerberg. It's going to be terrible.
I just want to see him.
Looks awful.
I just want to see him do the voice for 2.5 hours.
Bad. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. Time for the Defensive Player of the Week, brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving all branches of the armed services, veterans, and their families. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Our members are the mission. I'm going to say Jeannie Buss in defense of trying to keep her team. Defensive Player of the Week. She's out there playing defense.
Love it.
Man-to-man zone. She's out there trying to keep the Lakers in the family, right?
And her team, her lawyers, whatever lawyer group she's got, if this works out, I don't know how this is going to work, but good for her.
I think Jeannie Buss deserves the Defensive Player of the Week, brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union.
Defending her turf. I love it.
It's
awesome.
It's a wild story. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. There is a player out in the Bay that still has not returned to practice, Abdalla. Tightness is the reason.
Hey, yo.
Or is it something else? We'll talk about that coming up next.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right. It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Abdalla, your conspiracy theory ways. You know, back in the offseason last year of the NFL year, and even at the end of the season, you were on the forefront. You were leading us in the charge of questioning something going on in football, something going on in sports. The electrical substation out in Santa Clara. You were very concerned over the electrical substation and the injuries that are taking place to the San Francisco 49er players. Because when you see footage, if you go to practice, if you get a chance to ever look at a picture taken at a 49ers practice from their practice facility, you can see lurking in the background the electrical substation. And your wacky conspiracy theorist ways have led us down a path where many have kind of pointed to the electrical substation to being a reason why ligaments and soft tissue injuries happen more frequently to the San Francisco 49ers. It is something that we have documented here on the show. Quite honestly, we've done it poorly because when we were out in San Francisco for the Super Bowl, you refused to go do your own research and go down there and to see the electrical substation.
For good reason.
Your body's fine.
Yeah, because
we could have put you in like a bubble or something.
Hazmat suit?
Yeah, you could have been a bubble boy and just gone down there and
hamster
seen
wheel
it for yourself. The electrical substation. The reason I bring this up is Christian McCaffrey, running back for the 49ers, has now missed a week of practice because of tightness, and he's still not back at practice. So what is going on with Christian McCaffrey? He's not the only 49er player that's been injured here in training camp. Mike Evans missed, 9 or 11 days of practice. You have players, Bosa injured. You have players all over the field for the 49ers who are dealing with injuries here in training camp as they prepare for this upcoming season. And I just want to give you the floor since you are the one with the conspiracy theory that got us started with this back in January here on the program.
You know damn well what's going on. Look, first of all, it was George Kittle, credit where credit's due, that brought this to our attention on a podcast. Around the Super Bowl is when this happened. Like before the Super Bowl is when this happened. Before we went to the Super Bowl in San Francisco is why you and Raj tried to kill me and tell me to go to the substation.
No, we did not. We did not try to do that.
You tried to.
That's not true.
You tried to.
We offered
take a father away from a daughter.
No, she'd be fine.
How am I supposed to play with my daughter without ligaments in my knees?
You're not going to play anyway.
What, you call me a bad father?
No, you don't need the ligaments in your knees to host a tea party.
Who am I, Derrick Rose now? Come on, what are we doing? That's deep.
Worried about it. For those who don't know, Derrick Rose, when he was rehabbing from his knee injuries, he gave a press conference where he said he was not ready to play, even though doctors cleared him to play, medically cleared to play in the NBA.
You don't need to explain it.
I think I need to explain it.
Have respect for the audience. Just let him figure it out.
And he told reporters that he wasn't comfortable coming back to play in the NBA because he was worried about playing with his son when he gets older.
Yeah, they're both fine. They're both fine now.
Like you can't make this stuff up.
I know, and I want to be able to play with my daughter, which is why I didn't go to the substation. And I think
I don't think that's right because Raj and I, we were going to chip in. We were going to get you a nice Uber down there.
Were you?
We were going to try to find soup in the area for Super Week.
I ain't eating that electrical soup.
Putting
those electrodes in my body.
What's electrical soup?
Supercharged soup. That stuff will grow. I almost swore. That stuff will glow in the dark. I ain't eating that soup. Turn on a black light, you'll see it inside my body. I ain't doing that. What's wrong with you people?
Right. Okay.
You ridiculous?
And you bailed. You didn't participate.
I bailed. I didn't bail. I was never going to go.
Raj did his part. He was wandering the streets of San Francisco late at night.
We didn't tell him to find a lady of the night.
He was approached by a lady of the evening, and
he didn't.
He thought he saw a ghost.
You didn't take her up on
it.
No,
I did. No, I wish I could see what I look like through Bill Zimmerman and Nick Costos' eyes when I walked back to that hotel.
The start of Costos' show that day? If you walked in with a lady of the night, the way Costos would have told that story on the air. Do you realize how great that would have been? The same Nick Costos here on Westwood One Sports.
Do women find Justin Herbert to be very attractive?
Yeah, right. The same.
And we begin this Super Bowl Wednesday with a story from Raj Sharon,
Lady of the Night,
who got a Lady of the Night here in San Francisco.
The best part is the lap I made before I bumped into her. I saw Costos and Bill, and they were like, "You sure? Be careful out there." Like that. It was like I got the warning shot. I was just trying to walk off the pasta we had eaten for dinner that night, and boy, that was one lap too many.
Yes, and let me tell you, the streets of San Francisco are alive with ladies of the night.
They were looking for Raj. That's what they were doing. They were looking for Raj.
They were looking for.
I don't care where you lean politically. Me. AOC's hot. Just saying.
So great. I still don't understand how that worked into the show last week, but
I don't know
and I don't
either.
care where you lean politically. AOC's hot.
That's a dude that's online too much.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how I know you're on too online?
Yeah,
right there.
He saw one video of her doing something.
And then the algorithm just fed him.
Yeah.
No.
The run video. All right, that's great. Costos is on many of these stations before us right here on Westwood One Sports. He's here on the network. He's fantastic.
A great friend.
Shout out to Zimmerman as well, because Zimmerman's the one keeping him in line. It works well. I love it.
As evidence there.
Listen, this is also a product of them deciding to sign every oft-injured player that's available. What do you think you're going to get?
Well, Christian McCaffrey wasn't injured before he got to San Francisco.
I understand that. But when you sign Mike Evans, what do you expect?
Kittle wasn't injured before.
Okay, but when you bring in Mike Evans, what do you expect?
Okay, one player, Mike Evans.
Yeah, but when you you had these injuries going into camp. Your season
was
season.
Christian Kirk known as an injured, riddled player?
No, but I'm saying Mike Evans was your guy going into this season.
Yeah.
You knew what the risks were bringing in Mike Evans. And that was, what did you expect to happen? And then that's your big offseason acquisition?
Well, I think the idea there is yes, but also like Debo, bringing him back into the mix. Like he's not a number one anymore.
No, of course he's not.
So you got Debo Samuel, you have Mike Evans, Christian Kirk. Kirk questionable right now, dealing with injury.
They all
Evans
are.
Dealing with injury.
It's easier to tell me who's not dealing with an injury right now.
Brock Purdy.
Good for him. Who's
Brock
he throwing
Purdy.
to?
Mac Jones also healthy right now.
Can
got two quarterbacks.
Can Mac Jones line up in the slot?
I don't want to really upset those in the Bay Area, but I almost said you got two backups. Neither.
Wow.
But, no, Purdy's a decent quarterback. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. He's a decent quarterback.
There's pretty decent. What a backhanded compliment from Chris Black. He's a pretty decent
texter that every single time I bring up Brock Purdy and that he's just mid, he's average. The texter will just go on, what has Caleb Williams ever done? And just this whole tirade. So
you got to connect that guy with the JJ McCarthy texter.
Might be the same guy with two phones.
Could be. Those could be his two favorite quarterbacks, Brock Purdy and JJ McCarthy.
Should the 49ers be concerned that McCaffrey has been missing a lot of time here in camp with tightness?
The 49ers should be concerned that everybody's missing time from practice. The 49ers should be concerned that they have to deal with this. And their first game of the season is on the other side of the world in Australia. And they have to come back and deal with the effects of that travel. And that they are going out there 10 days early to get accustomed to the time difference, and that they're going to come back and they have 10 days to get ready for their next game and deal with that time difference. So the 49ers and they also have a game in Mexico City, which is at high altitude. So they have to deal with that. Like the 49ers, this is why I am out on the 49ers this year, because they are already riddled with injury and they have the worst travel schedule in all of the NFL, and they play in the hardest division in the NFL, or one of. I put the NFC North up right there with them, but in the West, you have to face the Rams twice and the Seahawks twice. Like
Super Bowl champ.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so tough that I just don't, if they can survive all of this, and we saw what happened to them when they made the playoffs last year. Like, it wasn't pretty. So they might be able to make it to the playoffs. I just don't expect them to go deep into the playoffs if they make it there.
Did you also see the note about injuries around the NFL with the Saints yesterday? Number 8 pick to the Saints, Jordan Tyson, will miss 2 months with a hamstring injury. Jordan Tyson was a player coming out of ASU that dealt with a lot of injuries. Like, hasn't he been hurt every single season of college football that he's played?
Yeah.
And that was the big concern about Tyson coming into the NFL, was that he was a player that's not durable, but his pro workout for going into the draft, he popped.
Mm-hmm.
He was great, right? Like, people were like surprised at how good he looked. And then he jumped the draft boards. He went way higher than I think a lot of people were expecting Jordan Tyson to go in this year's draft, and being selected 8th overall by the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were at the draft. He was the one player that was in person that we did not talk to that night.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Because he was there in Pittsburgh, and we were backstage. We talked to all the players that were backstage, but he was the one guy that we did not talk to when we were there draft night. So, yeah, it sucks to see that he'll miss 2 months with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, it's bad for the Saints, obviously. They could have had a decent shot at contending in that division. Wins, you had, the Saints were right there a couple wins behind, and Tyler Shuck was, playing really well towards the end of the season. They won a few games towards the end of the season. Him and his development, and you thought that Jordan Tyson would be able to add to that and another weapon for him and for that offense. And with a lot of question marks around the rest of that division, the Falcons seem to not really have a quarterback right now. Tua played horribly in the first preseason game. Penix isn't even fully practicing yet. You've got the Bucs with a ton of question marks and injuries going on with them. And, Baker, is the contract going to be weighing on him the entire season, and how well is he going to play? We just talked about Mike Evans leaving and going to the 49ers. Carolina, Bryce Young didn't look that great in preseason. And also you've got some injuries that they're dealing with as well. So, you've got a bunch of issues in that division. The Saints looked like a team that you mentioned as a long shot when we were talking last hour. He could have they could have played well and had a shot. I don't know how much this Jordan Tyson for 2 months injury affects them. And because the problem is,
I don't think it will affect the long-term projection on whether or not the Saints can make the playoffs.
But the problem is, you said it, he's often injured. How much is this going to linger throughout the season?
Listen to this. So let's see. Underdog NFL put together this when the report came out yesterday that Jordan Tyson has a hamstring injury. He'll miss 2 months. Here's the injury history. In 2022, Jordan Tyson tore his ACL, MCL, and PCL. In 2024, he had a fractured collarbone. 2025, he sprained his ankle. In 25 and now, he's had a strained hamstring.
Mm-hmm.
So he's had back-to-back years where he's dealt with hamstring issues. He's a running player.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
Not good at all.
No.
Like, the collarbone is like
That's
freak thing.
Yeah.
But like, when you're a wide receiver and speed is a part of the game, and you're constantly dealing with hamstring injuries, that's a problem.
Yeah, absolutely is. Absolutely. And that's why I'm wondering if this is going to be something that lingers throughout the regular season, or if this keeps popping up during the entire season for him.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Hey, Abdalla, do you have any zoo news?
I do have some zoo news.
Well, hello, Mr. Lion. Here's the latest edition of the Zoo News.
What do you have?
Let's head out to Sacramento, California.
Oh, shout out
to Sacramento. The Sacramento Zoo is going to showcase some giant African rats.
Excuse me?
Some giant African rats. And you asked me, Adam, what's special about these giant African rats?
I did not ask.
Okay, do you want to know what's special about these giant African rats?
Why don't you tell us what's special about these giant African
Their
rats?
nicknames are hero rats because they can sniff out tuberculosis, landmines, and
Okay.
trafficked wildlife products in parts of Africa and Asia.
A working mouse.
Yeah, they're working mice. They're hard-working union mice. These mice put on their hard hats and rats, and they go to work every single day. The zoo is celebrating and unveiling a new interactive habitat featuring 3 of these giant pouched rats. The goal is to educate others on the issue of illegal wildlife trafficking and what's being done globally to stop it. One of the new rats will be viewable in its habitat on Thursday this week, located near the African cheetah habitat. Let's not let that cheetah get out, otherwise one of the rats might be lunch. We're excited to bring these heroes and their critically important conservation message to zoo guests. Said the animal care specialists, and the first 500 guests this Thursday will receive a hero rat T-shirt. Said the zoo. So
what do they look like? What do these hero rats look like? Do they look like the New York sewer rats?
No, they're not. They're one of the longest rats. They're one of the
Chicago rats that look like raccoons.
They're really long rats. They almost look kind of like a ferret.
If you go to our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show, you can watch the show live. Raj has put up a photo of one of these hero rats.
If a rat and a ferret mated, because they're long-bodied.
Huh. They look a little bit more like a rabbit.
Kinda.
Doesn't that kind of look like a ratty rabbit.
Yeah, but they've been known to sniff out tuberculosis, landmines.
Shout out.
And trafficked wildlife in parts of Africa and Asia.
Now, that is, you should maybe add them to your sniffers team.
Maybe they'll be on the shirt. Maybe they'll be the part of the logo that we create. The hero rats
that you create. Yes,
we're a show. We create that AI creates.
I'm not creating anything
that AI creates for us. And Chris, that is what's new at the zoo.
At the zoo, yes.
That's what is new at the zoo.
Sacramento gets large rats.
Yeah. Hero rats.
Congrats.
Hard-working union rats.
Congrats to Sacramento. That's fantastic. That's great. See, that is some nice zoo news. Usually you just give us boring, there's a baby that was just born and they're going to name it.
Or like a cheetah escaped.
Yeah, well, those are the good stories.
Okay.
Yes. Last time on the zoo news, you gave us that there was like a baby giraffe.
That's a cool story.
Yeah, is it?
You ever see a baby giraffe be born?
Yeah, they just flop out.
Yeah, that's cool. That's the gift of life. That's the miracle of life. That's the circle of life.
They just plop out, man. I don't know.
How do you not? You are a cold-hearted person. Not celebrating the circle of life.
No, I'm just saying that's why I appreciate it. Now we know about these sniffing rats.
The rat sniffers.
They're helping out.
Yeah.
That's great. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. We were just talking about the Saints, and they're in the conversation for teams that have the best chance of being worst, who could go to first in this upcoming season. We'll tackle that in Power Rankings with Raj coming up next. This summer, the DraftKings Sports app is now available in all 50 states.
New DraftKings customers sign up with code B&A26 and spend $5 to get $150 in rewards within 14 days. That includes all markets.
That's code B&A26 for Bleck and Abdalla 26. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Connecticut. Call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org on behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas. Bet tax pass through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus void in Canada. Event contract trading with DraftKings predictions involves risk of loss. Availability varies. Predictions offer void in New York. Bet to get bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Trade to get prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. $50 in rewards issued every 7 days via click to claim for 14 days. One non-withdrawable reward redeemable. Nationwide based on sportsbook predictions and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state. Terms at dkng.co/offer. Limited time offer.
The Cowboys have added future Hall of Famer Von Miller to a young defense that Jerry Jones loves.
They can be a part of making something from the ground floor.
Will the D in Dallas this season stand for defense?
Get on the wagon with the Dallas Cowboys.
Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
We broadcast each and every day from the great city of Chicago. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. Now it's time to go on out to parts unknown in Colorado, and that's where we find Raj Sharon.
And the next question comes from the line of Raj Sharan with Westwood One. Please proceed.
Please proceed. On a Tuesday, it's now time for Power Rankings with Raj. What's up, Raj?
What's up, Bleck? What's up, Abdalla? Our power rankings. You see a lot of these right now with the whole, football season starting 1, 2, 3, 4,
football's
5.
back.
Football's back. We don't do our power rankings that way, though. We're more like your favorite meme that you find online. In today's category, guys, non-playoff teams. We've done a lot of these with versions of teams that went to the playoffs, went deep last year. Now we're going to look at the teams that did not make the playoffs. We've got teams like the Dolphins, teams like the Ravens, the Bucks, the Saints, Raiders, etc. Anybody who didn't make the playoffs last year is eligible to be selected for your power rankings today. And Adam A. Abdalla, we are going to start with you. Who are you putting in your power ranking category, worst to first?
Obviously, I'm going to start with the Tennessee Titans. That's the team that I've been talking about for a while.
All right. Lock it in.
The Tennessee Titans. And then my second team will be a team we just talked about in the New Orleans Saints. That'll be another team that I don't think is far off. It's mostly because of their division. Like the Titans one will be a lot harder, I think, because that division is a little better. The Saints might be a little bit more realistic, but I've been talking about the Titans for longer, so I have to stick with that one. But the Saints are in that category too.
Don't forget about your favorite team on that list. I know they're one of your sleeper teams to go to the playoffs. The Cleveland Browns.
Sniffer?
Yeah, Sniffer. Cleveland Browns.
So I was just trying to get a sweet haircut.
Todd Monken.
Yeah, I'll put that in your category.
Oh, okay. You didn't forget that? Okay. All right. Never mind. Raj, to answer your question. All right. So teams that could go from worst
to first.
My power rankings would go like this. Number 1, the top team that could do that, I would say the Saints. Number 2, I agree with Abdalla. It would be the Titans. Number 3 for me would be the Giants. I think the Giants are going to be good enough to be competitive, but my apprehension about putting them 1 or 2 as far as teams that go worst to first would be, I think Philly and Dallas are both really good. So like in the other divisions, I think Tennessee has a better chance, and the Saints have a better chance as well. So I'm going to say the Giants are number 3 in my power rankings for teams that could go worst to first.
All right, guys. Next up, our next power ranking category amongst non-playoff teams from last year. I'm worried about the quarterback. I'm going to leave it at that. That's up to you to interpret from there. I'm worried about the quarterback. Chris Bleck.
All right. So in this ranking, I think Indianapolis is my number 1. Worried about the quarterback, Daniel Jones. I think a lot of people are worried about the Dolphins situation, the Jets situation, the Browns situation. But my sleeper as a part of the power rankings for I'm worried about the quarterback, on top of that list will be the Colts. Then I'll go Jets, Dolphins, Browns. Those are my power rankings. Worried about the quarterback heading into this season.
Okay, so for this one, I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach than Chris did and say the Commanders.
Ooh.
And
wow.
And the Bengals.
Commanders and the Bengals.
Ooh. Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Because, and I know this might be a little bit of category moving forward, but worried about the quarterback staying healthy because their team is, both these teams are ready to go on a playoff run. Both these teams added pieces to go on playoff runs. And their quarterbacks, I worry about them staying healthy. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about their quarterbacks staying healthy. We've seen both these teams go very deep into the playoffs, but one of them went to an NFC Championship game and then the next season played 8 games. One of them we've seen compete at the highest level possible and not be able to stay upright and is playing in a preseason game and getting hit left and right in Joe Burrow. So I know we're going to talk about health later on, but I'm worried about specifically those two teams' quarterbacks' health, specifically with the quarterback with those two teams. Raj.
All right, guys. Our next category here in power rankings. Can they stop anyone? Can they stop anybody? Abdalla.
Can they stop anybody? Well, I watched that Raiders defense. And they cannot stop anybody.
Okay, all right.
Watched that Cardinals defense, couldn't stop anybody either.
Yep.
So those two teams, and look, the Bengals defense to me should be able to, but I need to see it first. I need to see it.
Okay.
You got rid of Trey Hendrickson, you added Dexter Lawrence. Addition, subtraction, what's it going to look like? It should be better, but we'll see.
It's math.
Yeah, I wasn't good at it. So I'm here.
That's why I'm here. That's why we're all here. Chris
Sorry,
Black.
Dad.
All right, so my answer, my power rankings, I'll go like this. I think if we're talking, can they stop anyone power rankings heading into this season of teams that were not playoff teams last year? Dallas is number 1. Cincinnati number 2, based on the fact that we expect them to be good teams this upcoming year. I would also throw into the conversation Miami. I would also throw into the conversation New York Jets. The reason I put the Jets there is Aaron Glenn is a defensive-minded head coach. That defense needs to improve. If the defense doesn't improve, and overall, if they don't improve, it seems like he might be out of a job at the end of next season. But being the defensive-minded guy, you have to get that side of the ball in a better situation.
Mm-hmm.
What was the stat last year? They didn't have a defensive back with an interception the entire year.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the stat with the Jets?
Yep. No
so I'm going
interceptions.
to put the Jets on that list as well, because if anything, if you're going to improve anywhere with the Jets this upcoming season, you have to get better on defense. So those are my teams I have for the can they stop anyone?
All right, guys. So next power ranking category, again, amongst non-playoff teams, the only question is health. That's it. My only question about them is health among non-playoff teams from a year ago. Chris Black.
Yeah, so this is the way I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Cincinnati 1 because of Joe Burrow. I'm gonna put Kansas City number 2 because of Patrick Mahomes. And number 3, I will put the Washington Commanders with Jane Daniels. All 3 related to the quarterback position. If the 3 quarterbacks stay healthy throughout the entire year, I think all 3 teams have a chance to make the playoffs.
I am going to put the Lions in this category because last season they lost coordinators. Everybody knows that, but they also were riddled with injury, which is a big reason why they also had a big dip in production. So I'm going to put the Lions into this category. I'm also going to put the Cowboys into this category as well, because we saw CeeDee Lamb miss a few games last year. And that's the reason probably why Dak wasn't in MVP conversations, because his stats weren't as good. So if one of those guys, if Pickens or CeeDee Lamb gets hurt, then we'll see the Cowboys. I can't use quarterbacks for this because I used my health question for the quarterbacks earlier. So I'm going to put the Cowboys and the Lions into this category.
I love how someone who doesn't follow the rules normally is now setting
in this
standards and
I
rules
just
for
cannot
himself.
do it.
I'm following rules.
Right? I mean,
I gave my reason for the Lions. They had a ton of injuries last year that didn't involve the quarterback.
okay, all right. No shade. You're good.
All right,
Sounds like
let's see how well you follow the rules, because I'm going to give you a specific caveat to this next one.
Yes.
You cannot bring up a quarterback, and you cannot bring up health, because we already did those. One glaring question mark. We're talking power rankings amongst non-playoff teams from a year ago. You've just got one glaring question mark, but it can't be their health and it can't be their quarterback. Adam A. Abdalla.
I'm going to put the Ravens into this one.
That's a good one.
Because of Jesse Minter. Everybody is penciling them into, or some people are even putting it in permanent marker to the AFC Championship game. Are we sure Jesse Minter is good at this? Are we sure about this? So if it's going to be one question, if the roster is set, if the defense is going to be great, if Lamar is going to be awesome and the offense is great, if everything looks great, are we sure that come crunch time, when he's got to make huge decisions in a playoff game, is Jesse Minter going to be able to do that? Or is this going to be a problem as a first-time head coach coming up with challenges, clock management, all of that kind of stuff? The stuff that head coaches have to do instead of just play calling and all that. The biggest question mark for me with the Ravens, besides everything that I see on the field that is good, is the coaching staff with a first-time head coach. And I would have the same question. I know they made the playoffs, so they're obviously not in this category, or the Bills. The Bills is the same question with the first-time head coach, with Joe Brady. So specifically with the Ravens, I'm putting the Ravens in this category because of Jesse Minter.
You broke the rules. You mentioned a quarterback.
I'm sorry, but I said it's Jesse Minter.
Raj, he mentioned Lamar Jackson.
I did mention
he's not playing by the rules.
I said I don't have a question about him.
But you mentioned it. Did you mention him? Raj, did he mention him?
He did mention him.
He did mention him.
But I said I don't have it. But I said the question isn't about him.
Well, we're listening. I don't know. We're just telling you broke the rules.
I didn't break.
Chris Bleck, one glaring question mark. It cannot be quarterback. It cannot be health, and you cannot mention them.
Yep. I'm not going to mention them. My glaring question would be Zach Taylor. Is this his final season in Cincinnati? Because it feels like it feels from afar like they are ready for a refresh for the entire organization with the head coach, the coaching staff, and just the direction of the team. So Zach Taylor, that to me is the biggest question of the group of teams that didn't make the playoffs. That's not related to the quarterback or health. I'm going to go with Zach Taylor, head coach of the Bengals.
I thought he was going to slip a Burrow. I was rooting for you there, Abdalla. That he was going to say, look, they got Joe Burrow there. I was waiting. I was waiting to pounce for you.
I'm not going to pull an Abdalla and mention a quarterback after being told not to mention a quarterback. I play by the rules.
I said I wasn't mentioning him when I mentioned him.
Is saying that you're not going to mention a mention, or is it a not mention?
Listen, no disrespect, but means I can say anything I want to after it. Like I say, I'm not mentioning.
Once you say no disrespect, gloves are off. All right, the final power ranking category among teams that did not make the postseason a year ago could have double-digit wins, or they could have double-digit losses. Chris Bleck.
Yeah, this is. I think this is the most fascinating question because I think a blanket statement. You could say the NFC South. Every team in the NFC South could be in that category. Tampa, Atlanta, New Orleans. I could see it. All three of them could win the division. All three of them could be the last place team. I'm going to go with one solidified answer, though. It's Washington. To me, the Commanders have the biggest swing where they could either be a playoff team looking like they did 2 years ago, or they need to start to reshape some of the roster. So I'm going to say Washington.
That's a good answer.
All right, Abdalla, you're free to mention a quarterback or health here. Go ahead.
Okay. I have two answers for this one. My first one are the Colts. I mean, if they get off to a great start like they did last season, they could easily win 10 games, or they could lose 10 games, you know?
Yeah.
My other one is a team that we've talked about where everyone expects them to be good just because of their quarterback, and everybody just thinks that they're going to be great. But both Chris and I believe that they're third in their division. I think it's the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
The Chiefs could lose 10 games this year. I could see it. I could also see them winning 10 or 11 games and making the playoffs. Like, it has nothing to do with Patrick Mahomes. It's the supporting cast around him. I don't know how this defense is going to be this year. It's all of those things. I mean, you trade away Trent McDuffie. You get younger on defense. You're trying to retool things. You don't have a lot of weapons on offense. It's going to be very hit or miss with this team. So I think right now I don't think there's a world where it's very likely where a Patrick Mahomes team is only a 7-win team. It's more likely that they're a 10-win team than a 7-win team, but I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
I could create a path to 7 wins and only 7 wins, but I think it's more likely that it's the Colts and then the Chiefs.
And that does it for today's Power Rankings.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you for not mentioning a quarterback as we finish up Power Rankings. That's fantastic.
I did. I mentioned.
Are you talking to
Raj?
Yeah, Raj.
Raj mentioned a quarterback.
Thank you, Raj.
No problem, guys.
Appreciate it. Bleck Abdalla, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save on commercial auto insurance from Progressive. Get a fast quote at progressivecommercial.com. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. I'm a sports traditionalist. I love the great traditions of sports.
You don't say.
And it really bothers me. Yes, Raj, it really bothers me when things change because the way it was is why we love it. Don't change. Well, there is one that you got to hear the reaction and the change to this one situation in tradition in college football. And we will tell you about that coming up next.
The Cardinals offense had been a surprise of the preseason, but rookie running back Jeremiah Love is now dealing with a high ankle sprain. Will the number 3 overall pick return to the backfield by Arizona's opener? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Without a biased opinion, Abdalla, if I said, what's the greatest college football rivalry, what would you say? Without a biased opinion, you're an Alabama fan. I understand down there in Alabama, there is a very specific, great traditional rivalry. College football, they have the Iron Bowl, Auburn, Alabama. Without the bias, though, I think most people would point to what as the greatest college football rivalry?
The game.
The game. Michigan and Ohio State. The team up north taking on the Buckeyes, right? So that game is a big deal, right? And it's one of the great sports traditions in all of sports and also college football. Take a listen to this. Ryan Day is making week 1 this upcoming season Senior Day. So they're moving Senior Day off of the game to then focus solely on the Michigan-Ohio State game at the end of the season and not have to worry about Senior Day, the date of the game. Take a listen to Ryan Day talking about moving Senior Day.
It first came to me from our administration as an idea, and we talked about it. I had long conversations about it. The traditions at Ohio State here are significant and very, very strong, and something that we all respect. And what we don't want to do is, do anything that's going to disrupt any of those traditions. But when we look at all the things that go on that weekend, the way things have changed, there's some things that we thought about. And I think the first thing was if we want to keep that game, the much of that game, the focus on the game. And the more distractions we have, there's already enough distractions during that week. And so this was just one more thing that we felt like we could move. Then when we started to look at just, the way that college football is now, recognizing seniors, someone like Brandon Ennis is maybe a little different than Earl Little. And so we thought about maybe moving it up a week. And then we said, well, why don't we just recognize all the seniors at the beginning of the year, let them know how much we appreciate everything they've done, and then kind of
get out of the way,
move on with the season. And sort of a different way to look at it. And so what we did is we brought it to the seniors to see what their take on it was, because we didn't want to do it without their support. And I wasn't sure what to expect. They all were nodding quickly and said, yeah, I think that's a great idea. So we went with it, and we think it's going to allow us opportunity to really, kind of recognize them early in the season and then focus on the games.
Wow, Michigan must really be in Ryan Day's head. I mean, you're the number one team. You're the favorite to win the national title, and you're worried about this? Are they overthinking it?
Yeah.
At Ohio State?
Yeah. They absolutely are. Look, I get it if you want to move it off of the Michigan game.
I don't know, man. Doesn't that make it a part of the vibe of the pageantry of celebrating the final game?
Yeah, but I get it because not every college's rival game is their homecoming game. Not every final home game is the homecoming game. Other schools do it differently.
Well, I'm sure they have a different homecoming game.
Yeah, or you could do a senior, or their senior day, whatever is could be a different day. It doesn't have to be Saturday, September 5th against Ball State. You know what I mean?
Let's see. Homecoming weekend this year at Ohio State will be October 5th through the 10th. So who are they playing the 5th through the 10th?
As Maryland.
Maryland. So, yeah, that's what you do. You take a a lower team in the Big Ten, and
That's what I'm saying. So
that's your homecoming game.
Okay, so have senior day Saturday, November 5th, 14th against Northwestern.
That I feel like that would make more sense.
Okay.
The rationale that not all seniors are the same because now you're dealing with the transfer portal and some guys are just there for 1 year and maybe they're not as important as other guys who are there for 4 or 5 years or 6 or 7 or 8, whatever they're doing now in college football because of the rule changes and COVID holdover and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
I do like, it does feel like we're going to do it in the first game to get it out of the way. Move along. We're okay. We celebrated the seniors. Some of you seniors, we really appreciate it. The others, we're glad that you're here for a year. All right, keep it moving.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your time. Keep it moving.
It's just weird to me. Like, you're gonna do it in the first game, Ball State.
Yeah,
is
that's
a
not
ridiculous
special.
Game. Like, come on,
it's not special at all.
A team you're gonna destroy by 50.
And I know it doesn't mean really anything in the long run. But
No.
some seniors have great senior years.
Yeah.
And then it's even more notable when they're on the field with their parents at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And the kid is maybe a Heisman hopeful, right? Like maybe he's looking to get the invite to New York City for the Heisman Trophy ceremony or whatever it is. Like I think it means more when it's the end of the season.
No, 100% agree.
And not the start of the season.
Yeah, and if you want to move it off the Michigan game, I get it. That's fine. You want to focus on the team that they're clearly in your head. That's fine.
It's a little soft, but okay.
It is. It
right.
absolutely is. They're clearly in their head. Like, Michigan is absolutely in Ryan Day's head. Absolutely.
Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. We are proud supporters of the Coaches Poll.
Yeah.
In college football. We think the Coaches Poll matters. We think that it needs to stay alive. And we love to know that coaches are taking the time each Saturday after their own game to watch everyone else's games to correctly put a ranking together. So then on Sunday, we can look at the Coaches Poll and know who the best college football teams are around this great country.
It's a lot of time. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort.
And we want to give the support to those coaches that are doing the work.
Shout out to them.
Or their low-level assistants who are filling out the form for them.
And also not watching games.
Either way, they're also not watching games. The AP Top 25 was released for the preseason yesterday. Here's your top 10 in the AP Top 25. Ohio State 1, Oregon 2, Georgia 3, Notre Dame 4, Texas 5, Indiana 6, Miami 7, Texas A&M 8, Ole Miss at 9, and Oklahoma is number 10 on the preseason top 25 that was released yesterday. Anyone out of the top 10 that you noticed? Anything to make note of?
Yeah. Texas and Georgia did not get any first place votes, which is interesting to me.
Yes. Is there anything outside of the top 10 that catches your eye?
Anything outside of the top 10 that catches my eye? LSU is behind Ole Miss.
Yeah, that's true. Lane's team, his new team, 11th on the list. Texas Tech still, are they still okay over the Sorsby fiasco over the
Maybe.
over the season?
With illegal gambling apparatus in their pocket.
Yeah, that was the Texas Tech president reminding everyone the downfalls of kids gambling.
With
yes.
illegal gambling apparatus in their pocket.
Yes, in their pocket. Yes. Let's see. Alabama, 13th. USC, 14th. Michigan, 16. Penn State, 18. Let's see. Those are the notable. Tennessee, 20. So, yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense.
Outside of the top 25, Clemson was in the top 25 for the Coaches Poll.
You're right. And they're not there in the AP. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM Channel 375, and all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck, along with Adam Abdalla, hanging out with you until 3 Eastern. Then Jim Rome will take over right here on Westwood One Sports. We're live from Chicago. You can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910. We were just talking about how Ryan Day is moving senior day at Ohio State from the last game of the year at home against Michigan, the game, to the first game of this season against Ball State. Okay, so we were talking about that. We were also talking about the AP Top 25 was released yesterday here on the Bleck Abdalla Show. We are proud supporters of the Coaches Poll. That is our preferred poll of choice when it comes to college football. Pardon the expression there, Abdallah. That's our preferred poll of choice. Yep.
Easy.
And I would say the AP Top 25 that was released, having Ohio State number 1, Oregon 2, Georgia 3, Notre Dame 4, Texas 5, Indiana 6, Miami 7, Texas A&M 8, Ole Miss 9, and Oklahoma 10. Not really too many big surprises. Like, to me, what I've taken away from seeing the Coaches Poll and from the AP Top 25 is that there are 7 teams that are essentially above the rest in college football heading into this season. Surprises can happen. Changes will take place. Teams that we expect stuff from will not show up. They'll have disappointing losses early. And then there will be teams that surprise us that are not ranked or at the bottom, like Missouri's 25th. Maybe they pop a great season, jump up or something throughout the year. But to me, the top 7 separate themselves. Ohio State, Oregon, Georgia, Notre Dame, and Texas are clearly like the 5 best teams in the country. And Indiana is like the team that won last year that no one wants to say is still as good as they were last year because Mendoza left. Yet they're 6. Like, everyone puts them right on the outside of the top 5. And then you have Miami, who was also in the national title game last year.
Mm-hmm.
Also a team that had their quarterback go to the NFL. So I think the difference is when you look at the other schools at the top, with Ohio State, Oregon, Notre Dame, and Texas, they have returning starters. So when you look at that conversation of the teams that are put at they have returning starters at quarterback.
Yeah.
That's what separates them from some of the others in the top 25.
Yeah, and I think if you look at the way this is stacked up too, you've got a big game between Ohio State and Texas, in the season here. Oregon is always good during the regular season. What happens to them when they get to the playoffs? Georgia in this AP poll, Texas in this AP poll didn't receive any first place votes, which is interesting. Indiana, I think that Kurt Cignetti, he's kind of Saban-esque when it comes to this process that he's got. I'm not counting them out. I actually really like them to repeat and win again, just because I think that they're going to have a great defense again. I'm not counting out their running game again. I think they're going to have a great offensive line again. And if you can protect your quarterback and run the football well and have a great defense, I'm not saying Mendoza's bad or anything, but when you can put a good quarterback back there, I think you can do anything, And Miami, I think, will be decent, but I think I extend this to 6. You said the top 5 with Ohio State, Oregon, Georgia, Notre Dame, and Texas. I go to 6. I include Miami in my teams that have, I include Indiana in my teams that have a legitimate chance to win the whole thing. But again, you're right. Like Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Oklahoma. I'm surprised that the AP, I don't know if it's a shot at Lane or what's going on, but LSU outside of the top 10 with Ole Miss being at number 9 is surprising to me. And them not being in the top 10 in, the first AP preseason poll here that we've got. But I think that everybody kind of agrees that it's Ohio State, Oregon, Georgia, Notre Dame, Texas that are like the 5 best. Yeah. And then it's kind of interchangeable. I've seen Indiana, Miami kind of go back and forth. But it's going to be great to see Ohio State and Texas play each other too.
All 5 of those teams have returning starting quarterbacks. Gunnar Stockton, a little bit different as far as caliber of quarterback, right? Like, he's not really a high-level draft prospect.
Mm-hmm.
The others are, though, right? Texas, Arch Manning. Oregon, Dante Moore. Ohio State, Julian Sayin.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame, CJ Carr. Like, there's a chance that those 4 quarterbacks are the first 4 picks of next year's NFL draft.
Yeah.
Not a guarantee. A lot can change. But, like, as far as high-level quarterbacks returning for their team, for teams that should compete for a national title, you've got essentially stars of stars at the quarterback position, led by Arch Manning. Dante Moore was expected to come out last year, returning to Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Julian Sayin and the number 1 Buckeyes, all the hype around them. And CJ Carr is damn good, man, at Notre Dame. So there's a lot of really good quarterback play returning for those schools. And I think that's definitely the thing that I pull from is that, Gunnar Stockton at Georgia, but those 5 teams at the top, all 5 of those teams have their returning starting quarterback, and 4 of them are expected to be top 10, top 15 NFL drafted players next season.
And look, Josh Hoover at Indiana comes over from TCU. He's not some young kid coming over. He's 23 years old. He's coming in as a transfer. He played for TCU for a while. He's really taken to the system at Indiana. He's playing really well. He's not like Mendoza, but he's playing a little bit different. So I like what he's doing. He's a senior, so he's seen a lot of football. He's played a lot of football. I'm not comparing him to Bo Nix, but Bo Nix is like 25 years old right now. So this Josh Hoover's 23. So he's clearly got a ton of experience. And when you've got that much experience, when you're coming into the position to play at your senior year for a program like Indiana, I think that you can soak up, and Curt Cignetti can get you ready to play for a regular season like this, even if you only have one off season to get ready for something like this.
You can call the show at 310-840-4910. That's where we find Mitch in New Jersey. You're on with Bleck Abdalla. What's up, Mitch?
How you guys doing?
We're good, man. What do you think?
I think they kept USC at a top 10 because I guess they have a quota. They don't want to keep too many Big Tens in there. It doesn't look good. You got to have Notre Dame there. I mean, the quarterback is good. But look what the roster of USC. It's tailback universities now. They have I think 5 guys that can stuff a lot of teams. The defense line going to have rotation of 9. And I think Miami's going to win the Heisman. So it's all said and done. USC is going to definitely be in the top 5. I think half these teams in the top 5, top 10 are not going to be there. So it's for Georgia and Alabama. I wouldn't trust their quarterbacks. But what do you guys think? And thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, thanks, Mitch. Thanks for always calling us. You can always do that at 310-840-4910. It's Bleck Abdalla hanging out with you until 3 Eastern right here on Westwood One Sports. To answer Mitch's question, I would say this. When you look at USC football, I would say the ranking is fair. I don't have a problem. As a USC fan, I don't have a problem with them being ranked 15th.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't bother me at all. I think the defense needs to show that they're willing to tackle once. They under Lincoln Riley, they don't tackle. They escort. They bring individuals down the field. They help.
Yeah,
they help others get to the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch a USC game, a tailback will catch a ball in the flat, and then defensive backs will come and flank and help all the way to the end zone. No tackling whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even try and get in the way.
Yeah.
Now, Gary Patterson's taking over as defensive coordinator for Lincoln Riley, and Gary Patterson's been a very successful head coach,
defensive coach
at TCU for a long time. So if Gary Patterson can get something out of this defense, yeah, maybe Mitch in New Jersey has a point. Maybe USC, because USC always has talent on offense. Maeva should be a Heisman in the running type quarterback for USC. The problem is their defense has been terrible since Lincoln Riley's been there. And also Lincoln Riley's choked. He's had some bad seasons here. He hasn't been as good as everyone expected. So this is a big spot for them. They got to improve this year.
Well, and Mitch said he doesn't like Alabama's quarterback. I wish he would tell me which one he's talking about, because they haven't named a starting quarterback yet. It's still a battle between Keelan Russell and Austin Mack. So
he doesn't like any of them.
When you have 2 quarterbacks,
none
18 days before the season starts or whatever it is, like 2 weeks before the season starts, whatever it is, like, come on, man, what are we doing here? So right now, Alabama hasn't named a starting quarterback. It's probably going to be Keelan Russell. He's a 5-star recruit. He can run, he can throw. Like he does everything. He's more of what they want to run and what Kalen DeBoer wants to run in his system. And, he recruited him and all that kind of stuff. So I would guess that he is going to be the starter. But their problem is going to be, if you thought Alabama couldn't run the football last year, they're going to be even worse at it this year. It's impossible for them to be worse at it than they were this year and last year. And they are going to be worse at it this year. I don't know. Everybody thinks that Kalen DeBoer is on the hot seat if they don't make the playoff. They just gave him an extension this offseason that's basically impossible for them to get out of. So He's not going anywhere, I don't think, if they don't make the playoff, because the buyout is astronomical. So I don't think they're going to make it. Some people are picking their win total over, which would mean they'd probably make the playoff. But I just don't know how their offense is going to function unless Keelan Russell proves that in his first year, he's going to be some crazy 5-star quarterback recruit that he's worthy of and carry this offense by himself.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Have we talked about LeBron James today?
We have not. No.
On the show?
No.
Okay. So I love our texters listening to the show, Bleck Abdalla, 310-840-4910.
We can.
No, well, we got a text from the 352, and the text reads, I'm talking about the man on the Sixers. I'm asking you to say his name, LeBron James.
What?
Which, it's the song.
No, I know, but why?
He was just top of mind. He was our great texter.
Right.
It was just on his mind. The song. He also mentions, will LeBron really helicopter into Philly for games? What about practices and away games? Will he just jet in from New York by himself and then back to New York after games? Won't that hurt the team cohesion? Seems impractical from the texter 352. He's worried about LeBron's travel habits, says he wants to live in New York while playing for the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah. Yep.
His name is LeBron James. I'm talking about the man on the Sixers. LeBron, I'm asking you to say his name. LeBron James.
That's hilarious. What a great text to receive.
He's going to commute. That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
He's going to commute from New York to Philly.
This is what he said. He did say that. Correct.
I don't know if that's still on the table, but that's what he said he was going to do. I don't know.
Do you see what Raj is saying? That get in the door tickets for Sixers Knicks on opening night at MSG are going for $2,000 a piece.
Yes, they're hanging a banner. Ring nights.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal.
Banner nights.
If you're a Knicks fan,
yes.
that's outside of going to
and
the
it's
finals.
LeBron.
Well, I'll raise my hand. I'll say this. I've never really quite understood.
Have you ever seen a banner?
Yeah, I have. I've seen the banners. No, this is
have you
what
ever
I'm
been
say.
to a banner night?
I don't believe so. I didn't go
They're
to the
cool.
White Sox.
I went to the White Sox one. It was awesome.
But here's what I'm going to say. It's nowhere near as cool as the actual winning of the championship.
Of course it's not.
But you're paying winning of the championship get-in prices for something that's not going to be the same event.
I get it. But if you're paying regular prices, it's awesome.
Those prices to see a World Series game where your team wins the World Series will never compare to paying those prices to see them raise a flag or a banner.
I get that. But if you're paying regular prices, it's awesome to go to. Like if you have season tickets and you're just going, it's great. If you can make $2,000, more power to you.
Now, I haven't seen this yet from the Garden guys, but sometimes these ring ceremony events, they do like merch, like giveaway kind of real collectible stuff from winning, like a bobblehead with a championship and all that. So that could be factoring in to the value.
I got a
Did you get anything from the White Sox about?
I got a replica World Series ring.
See, there you go.
That night. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was the only night they did it.
No, it's not a ring pop. I got a replica. No, it's not something.
Do you guys remember those ring pops?
Yeah, they still make them.
Oh, do they really?
I bought one for my daughter 2 days ago.
I got one. Yeah. My daughter had one like 3 days ago. Yeah.
What a delight.
Yeah.
Ring pops are
still
great.
making stick, a ring of flavor you can lick.
Yep. Shout out ring pops.
I did not know the slogan, but yeah.
But yeah, that might be contributing, guys. Like if there's some kind of commemorative Knicks
I'm sure
championship
there is.
ring or bobblehead or something. If I remember right, when they did it for the Nuggets here a few years ago, they had like jackets you could only buy that night, like white championship jackets.
Okay.
So maybe that's like contributing to it, but LeBron being there is not helping the keep the cost down of those tickets. That didn't
but I would imagine if you had a pie chart on the reasoning to why the ticket prices are so high, it's because of the championship.
Of course.
The LeBron attention just adds to the conversation.
All right, so if they're going for $2,000 for an in the door ticket, how much is that ticket price less if it's say the Sixers? instead of the Celtics instead of the Sixers. If it's a different high quality team, but not LeBron James.
I don't think it's much.
I don't think it's much less. No.
I think it's New York fans that want to celebrate the championship.
Yeah, I don't think it matters that it's LeBron. I think it matters a little bit, but I don't think it matters that much.
Okay, let's spin it forward to the NFL that's right around the corner. And we will tell you in moments how many days away we are because we will get to the summer of football coming up. But Seattle fans, is the ticket worth more because the Patriots are there, who they beat in the Super Bowl? Or if you had Seahawks opening the season against Cardinals, but they're celebrating the ring, don't you think? Now, maybe Cardinals is a bad example because you have to pick another playoff team.
Rams?
Bengals.
Okay.
Right? Like, because it's non-divisional. It's other conference, good team, Bengals, Ravens.
Ravens.
Right? Like, if it was Seahawks, Steelers, wouldn't the price to watch the banner go up be the same? I don't think it changes much.
I don't think it changes.
And I think the same applies to the Knicks.
Yeah.
I think Knicks fans just want to celebrate the unbelievable run that the Knicks went on.
Yeah.
In the playoffs and in the finals.
Yeah.
Man, that was cool. That was a cool find. And full disclosure, I hate the Knicks.
So you don't want to go?
No, I'm just saying I respect what they did. It was incredible. It was what a championship to win.
Yeah.
I'm a Bulls fan though. So I don't like the Knicks, but I can respect it.
All right.
I'm man enough to explain it that way.
Okay. All right.
Wait, you're a Knicks fan now?
No. I'm just not. I'm just saying. Listen, if they want to send, if they want to send Bleck Abdalla to opening night.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll report live from the scene.
If they want to send Bleck Abdalla to opening night of the NBA, I'm not going to poo-poo
we'll
it.
Support it.
It sounded like you don't want to go.
No, I'll absolutely go. I love watching what they accomplished. I would prefer to be Bulls Knicks.
Yeah,
I would prefer for the Bulls to be good.
Good luck.
Again in my lifetime.
Good luck.
I would love for the Bulls to finally be good again in my lifetime so then the Bulls and the Knicks can be back on.
What's the ticket cost if it's Bulls opening night for a banner night at the Garden?
I'm more likely to get another replica White Sox ring.
I don't think it's that much of a difference, to be honest. I think Knicks fans are crazy for this team, and they're gonna pay to be there for the banner night.
Yeah,
I mean that's a cool thing to be in the house for. So I don't think it changes much. But yeah, hate the Knicks. I can respect it. It's a shame my team sucks. It's all right. We got Caleb, the other Caleb,
Caleb Town, USA.
Caleb City, USA.
Two Calebs.
That's right. Caleb Wilson, Rookie of the Year, MVP by year 4. It's going to be great. How about that, Abdalla? You like that?
And then we'll be hosting.
Yeah, and then we'll be having a banner night. Raj is going to have to fly in for that.
Yeah.
All right. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. The summer of football is coming up here on the show. And we will tell you not who the best team will be this year, but the future rankings of the NFL. They look at rosters, teams under 25, who are the best teams in the NFL, and we'll tell you about that coming up next. This summer, the DraftKings Sports app is now available in all 50 states.
Your DraftKings customers sign up with code BNA26 and spend $5 to get $150 in rewards within 14 days. That includes all markets.
That's code BNA26 for Bleck and Abdalla 26. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Connecticut. Call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org on behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas. Bet tax pass through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus void in Canada. Event contract trading with DraftKings predictions involves risk of loss. Availability varies. Predictions offer void in New York. Bet to get bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Trade to get prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. $50 in rewards issued every 7 days via click to claim for 14 days. One non-withdrawable reward redeemable. Nationwide based on sportsbook predictions and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state. Terms at dkng.co/offer. Limited time offer.
Deshaun Watson outdueled Shedeur Sanders in the Browns preseason opener. Can Sanders make up ground when he gets the start Saturday against Buffalo? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
on the show. Each day throughout the summer, we celebrate the great game of football with the Summer of Football.
I proclaim this the Summer of Football! What the hell's going on out here? We're going to be here all day, baby! I like this kind of party. Only Brett Favre could do that. I don't care what you say.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys. We need a National Guard. We need as many men as you can spare because we are killing the Patriots.
The Summer of Football with Bleck and Abdalla.
I throw, you catch. It's not that hard, okay?
Seahawks Patriots kick off the NFL season. You can listen to the game right here on Westwood One Sports, including the playoffs and the Super Bowl 61, live from Los Angeles. All can be heard right here on Westwood One Sports. Today, we are 22 days away from the start of the NFL season, dude.
That's it.
It's close, man.
That's it.
Think about it. Next week, we'll be in the teens.
22 days?
22 days until the start of the NFL season.
God.
ESPN.com today has a column up where they took 4 writers, they put them together, and they came up with the annual future power rankings for the NFL. So they're not asking who are the best teams for this season. They're asking who will be the best teams in the NFL from seasons 2027, 2028, and 2029. So 3 seasons out, who will be the best teams in the NFL? The 3 who participated in this panel, Louis Riddick, Aaron Schatz, Ben Solak, and Seth Walder. So good football minds come together. They had you grade the teams based on different teams' quarterback situation, remaining roster that's not the quarterback, the front office, coaching staffs. There's a scale that they did, a bunch of math they put in, and they gave numbers for the teams. Who needs math? So here you go. The number 1 team, the best overall score in their equation for the next 3 seasons after this upcoming year in the NFL. Future rankings from ESPN. The number 1 team, big surprise, the Seattle Seahawks. Are they setting up for a dynasty? If the experts are saying that the Seahawks for the next 3 years will still be the best team in the NFL, will this be a dynasty team?
Well, look, it's saying that their overall roster, excluding the quarterback, is the best in the NFL. Take the quarterback out of it.
Which is fair.
Their coaching is the 3rd best in the NFL.
That's surprising to me.
And their front office is the 2nd best in the NFL. The only, that meme with the dragon that looks like it's all drunk and everything.
Oh, yeah, there's like 3 options. There's a serious.
Yeah, there's 2 dragons and then the one's all drunk. Yeah.
A goofy one.
Yeah, so this one has 3 that are serious and then one's all drunk. Is their quarterback is ranked 16th.
Yeah.
Is Sam Darnold. So, which isn't horrible, right? Like if you have the best overall roster, which I think we saw on display during the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold didn't have to do everything. He was manageable. But then we saw during the NFC Championship game, he was great. So like if you need him to be great, he's shown flashes where he can be awesome. He can be elite. But then you see games where when he can't be, it's not a detriment to the team, but he did have the most giveaways in the NFL last season. So like there's a upside and a downside to Sam Darnold sometimes. So it's manageable because the defense is so good, the coaching staff is so good, and the roster construction by the front office is all in the top 5.
Number 2 on the list, the Philadelphia Eagles. They come in at the number 2 spot. Number 3, Detroit. Number 4, Denver. Number 5, Los Angeles Rams. So those are the top 5. Now, you can go on with the list. The Patriots come in at 6, Packers 7, Texans at 8, 9, the Ravens, and number 10, the Chargers, and then everyone else. The future rankings for the NFL, to me, there's not really anything that's too surprising. The teams that are ran well are at the top of the board. That's not really surprising to me that you have the Seahawks, the Eagles, the Lions, the Broncos, the Rams. Those are all some of the best teams in football.
Yeah, I mean,
so what caught your eye that surprises you on the list?
So I guess to me, just some of the numbers within these rankings are kind of surprising, right? Like you look at the Rams, okay? The Rams coaching, obviously number 1. Front office, number 6. Overall roster, excluding the quarterback, is number 5.
Yeah.
Their roster construction, while the motto has been F the picks, they've done a decent job of using their draft picks to trade for known commodities. They still draft well later in the rounds. So they've been able to see what they do with Puka Nacua. If they let him walk at the end of the season, he does need a new deal. So they could also franchise tag him if they need to. So there's options for Puka Nacua. What's interesting to me is their quarterback is ranked 24th. Now I imagine that is 95% age of Matthew Stafford.
Oh, yeah, it is because they talk about it.
Yeah,
and you
it
also
is.
have to consider, if you are sure that Ty Simpson is going to be good, they're probably not 5th.
No, exactly.
Right? They're probably much higher on this list.
They're probably much higher. And look, if Ty Simpson plays and shows more of what we saw in their preseason game this past weekend, then I'm sure they'll move up in these rankings if they were to do them again. But right now, everything with the Rams relies on what happens with Ty Simpson after Matthew Stafford leaves. That's completely what happens. If he leaves after this year, that ups the timeline on Ty Simpson. If he stays for another year, then Ty Simpson gets another year to learn, which is more beneficial to his development. So it all kind of depends. I think that the Denver Broncos are in a really good spot too. Their roster ranking is tied for second, but their quarterback, I still think a lot of people want to see more from Bo Nix. I really like Bo Nix. I think more people want to see more from him though. He's at 17th right now.
Here's the bottom 5, because I know you're concerned. Let's make sure that my team is not in the bottom 5.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland, I'm sorry, you're 28. New York Jets fans, you're 29. Pittsburgh Steelers fans, 30th.
Wow.
That's surprising. Miami, 31. And the team with the worst outlook for the next 4 years, the Arizona Cardinals at 32.
Wow.
Steelers at 30 is a little surprising.
The Steelers at 30 is very surprising. The overall roster, excluding the quarterback, is 20th. The quarterback being 32.
Yeah, that's a low blow as well.
And
but we've talked about it a lot here in the offseason. It is possible that Pittsburgh just does a full reset of the quarterback position next offseason. Drew Aller looked good in his first game in the preseason, but they could also draft a quarterback next year. So there you go. There's the future rankings on ESPN.com for roster building, coaching, and everything that goes into it out till 2029. That's what they were looking at on ESPN.com. Day 22 of the summer of football. Boy, tomorrow we get to just 3 touchdowns and 3 extra points. That's all we need to get to 21. Pretty good. What are you shaking your head at?
It's so close.
Okay, all right, good.
I'm so excited.
I thought that you had a problem with my math thinking in football terms.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, right. So it's
so close.
We're close. I saw this yesterday. I don't want to out him for sending it to me, but I asked him to send it to me. Raj sent me this story.
Oh, yeah?
The top 10 best states for swingers.
Oh, and why would you need to know that?
Well, I just thought it'd be an interesting topic for us to talk about here on the show. This comes to us from a site that I'm not familiar with, but maybe Raj is. Lovehoney.com.
Oh, well,
they have a list of the top 10 best states for swingers in the country. They also have the bottom 10.
The worst?
The worst.
Yeah.
The worst 10.
Well, listen, we need the best and the worst, just like we need the future power rankings for
the best
for
and the
teams.
worst.
Yeah.
All right, so you ready for this? So the best states for swingers. Abdalla, can you let everyone know if we're all talking about the same thing? Are they aware what swinging is?
I'll give the audience some respect, and I think they're well aware of what swingers are. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't
Underrated
need to explain
movie.
that one. Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that's the same.
Launched John Favreau's career.
Yeah, I don't think that's exactly the same situation.
It's not the same
here.
situation as the movie.
All right, best states for swingers. Number 10, Michigan. Number 9, Ohio.
OH.
Number 8, New York. 7, Pennsylvania. 6, California. 5, Tennessee. Number 4, a little surprising. Number 4, Nevada.
Surprising?
I thought they'd be higher on the list.
Oh, okay.
Higher on the list.
Okay.
Number 3, Georgia.
Now that is surprising.
Is it?
Georgia?
Yeah.
Between the hedges?
Georgia? Yeah. Between whose hedges?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Apparently it doesn't matter between whose hedges.
No, it does not. All right, so Georgia at 3, number 2, Texas, and the number 1 state for swinging, Florida.
Now that's not surprising.
No, it's not.
That is not surprising.
That right there.
Florida.
I mean, the state flag has a pineapple on it, right?
Yeah, I believe it does.
No, it does not.
Oh, does it not?
It does not. No.
Is the state fruit a pineapple?
No, I don't think it is. I don't think so.
Is it an orange?
No,
I think it's got to be oranges, right?
It's orange or
Is it?
grapefruit.
It's an orange. Yeah, it's an orange. Yeah.
Could you imagine
If it was a
the Florida state flag was just a pineapple? An upside down pineapple?
It is now.
Yeah. So those are the
According
best,
to lovehoney.com.
according to a site that Raj, I'm unfamiliar with lovehoney.com.
Well, Raj was just trying to find. He just needed some honey
Seeking content.
recommendations.
No, we're seeking content.
Is it a good honey website to get good
I mean,
honey?
absolutely. You get a little sore throat, you put some honey in your tea, and you're
Easy.
ready to roll.
Dude,
By the way,
I'm
I
being-
would not, if anybody's listening or watching on YouTube
being
at the
dead ass.
office, I would not recommend going to this website on your work computer. Don't do it.
Oh, so it's I was being dead ass. I was asking, is it actually a honey company? And it's not. Oh, it's one
I
of the
think
other.
they may
No, yeah,
sell
it's-
some
it's-
honey products on there that you could use
Yeah.
for
a light
creative
a light
purposes.
drizzle.
Easy.
The large male Black.
Easy. No, I'm just saying. I'm
Really
just
easy
what do you mean?
himself on that one.
What? It's just a
It is. The
just.
Ryan, do you think you could eat beaver?
Oh no.
Georgia
It's fat
fans.
and then it's meat.
Good day, Detroit, chiming in there.
I
All
didn't-
right,
I
so-
didn't
so
see
don't-
Michigan on
we
there.
did get
Oh,
the
wait a
states I
minute.
think that the swingers want to
Don't go to.
avoid.
Yes.
We
So
we
hold
got the
on.
worst
We'll,
states.
yeah. So again, just avoid lovehoney.com.
Yeah, don't go to the
that-
site on a work
yeah.
computer. Don't do it. It's one of those.
All right. Worst states for swinging. Number 10, Rhode Island. Number 9, New Hampshire. Number 8, Vermont. What was it? The entire area north of New York City?
Yeah.
What?
Don't go up there.
Number 7 and 6, the Dakotas.
The Dakotas.
North and South Dakota. Okay, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Number 5, I was
Say
going to
it.
make a joke about one being on top of the other, but
The
just-
Dakotas are monogamous.
we'll
Attaboy,
keep
Chris.
it moving, Raj. We'll keep it moving. We
The
will.
No,
Dakotas
actually, I'm going to applaud you on that one. Thank you.
are
Good job.
monogamous.
All right, we will go to number 5, the land of potatoes, Idaho.
Wow.
Number 4, Hawaii. Number 3, these are the worst states for swinging. So if it's something you're into, don't go to these states. Montana. Number 2, Nebraska.
There's nothing to do in Nebraska. I'm surprised.
There's cornfields in Nebraska.
Okay.
Yes. And then number 1, the worst state for swinging in the country, Delaware.
Delaware.
Delaware, yes.
All right.
That one surprised me. What's the connect? Is everybody out taking advantage of the no sales tax? They're just shopping all the time. They're not interested in this
don't know.
activity.
They're just,
That
you
is
know,
a good question.
they're just
I'm a little surprised that Utah isn't on the top 10,
monogamous folk.
on the top 10 list. You guys are familiar with all the reality stuff that went on in the last few
Well,
months.
they're
with the
they're,
real.
they're Mormon.
Yeah, but isn't there a whole thing with the Real Housewives of Utah or something?
Oh,
One
and
of
how
those
they be-
shows that they were all.
They be swapping
Yeah, they were all trading.
places.
Yeah, sure. Raj, are you familiar with that?
My wife does watch the Real
My wife.
Housewives of Salt Lake City, but I was unfamiliar with this swinging situation that you referred to.
Oh, there was a girl that was going to be in. She was going to be on The Bachelorette.
I know that story.
Her season was
I know that
canceled.
story.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe her fame comes from one of those shows where
Yes.
they were all mixing it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
They were
boy.
all
Hey,
doing that.
Semi-related to the topic. Have you
Yeah.
guys seen it? It's been out for a few years. There's a Snickers commercial that alludes to this that I've always been a little dumbfounded by because that's such a mainstream product, and to take that route. I mean, it's a funny gag, but I've always kind of been surprised they went that route for a
Hungry?
Snickers commercial.
Why wait, Raj?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm watching it right
The
now.
beaver is the most sought after.
It is.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
Ryan, do you think you could eat beaver?
I'm looking at it. Do you guys
unbelievable.
want to do a little swap?
And it's a
Yeah.
Snickers ad?
Yeah.
Like a mainstream Snickers ad.
They're
that
playing
airs
like
on...
they're playing like a board game, and the guy asks, "Do you want to do a little swap?"
And let me guess, the ad is one couple thinks they're talking about desserts or candies, and the other thinks that
the girl thinks that they're talking about. He's talking about cards because they're playing a board game.
Okay,
and she's talking about the couples and goes into the whole thing, and he's just sitting there with his eyes really wide open.
And again, you know, I think if I'd seen it on YouTube or something, I wouldn't have thought twice. But I mean, this is like something that airs on the NBC5 nightly news that Bleck's watching with his loafers on. Like,
I'll put the kids to bed and watch the news.
Hey, you gotta cover the topics. Topics of
so
the day.
Perhaps
so there you
that
go.
couple's supposed to be in Florida, since that's the number one state for swingers, or at least Georgia. They're top 3.
Perhaps they should be in Florida. Yes. Thank you, Raj. There it is. The top states for swinging. You're on the Bleck and Abdalla show, hanging out with you until 3 Eastern right here on Westwood One Sports. Roger Goodell gave quotes to a publication overseas about whether or not the NFL will have teams playing in Europe. We'll tell you about the latest on that story coming up next.
The Cowboys have added future Hall of Famer Von Miller to a young defense that Jerry Jones loves.
They can be a part of making something from the ground floor.
Will the D in Dallas this season stand for defense?
Get on the wagon with the Dallas Cowboys.
Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Make sure you check out the podcast of today's show, Bleck and Abdalla, on Apple and on Spotify. Also, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show. You can always watch the show live from Chicago. Raj is in Colorado. He joins the show on the stream as well. So you can always see Raj. Like and subscribe to the Bleck and Abdalla Show, Bleck and Abdalla Show on YouTube. Thank you to Raj and Jude for producing today's show. Jim Rome and the Jim Rome Show is coming up in about 12 minutes right here on Westwood One Sports. Roger Goodell talked to a publication in Germany, a media outlet in Germany recently, and he told them that there is no doubt at some point there will be an NFL team outside of the U.S., that it will happen one day, that the NFL will have a team that will play outside of the United States.
Yeah, he spoke to Der Sporttag in Germany.
Yes.
And
why do you say it like that?
Because that's how Germans,
Wow.
it's a very aggressive language.
Jeez.
It is. I'll tell you. It's a very aggressive language. Der
Okay.
Sporttag.
Yes, the Sporttag.
See, even when you say it normally, it sounds aggressive. Back off, buddy.
All right. Okay.
Jeez.
All right.
Back off.
At least I'm German.
Who says I'm not?
Okay. Continue on.
That eventually he would like, and at some point there will be, it's not a matter of when, it's if, it's not a matter of if, it's when, that there will be a team in a country overseas. And you're playing 9 games overseas already, probably 10 next season. And eventually there will be a game overseas every single week during the regular season, except for probably week, 17 or 18, that they eventually do 18 games when they add the 18th game. So this is going to be inevitable at a certain point. You might get one team, you might get 2 teams overseas. This is something that is going to happen, whether the players like it or not. I don't think players like going overseas. I think it disrupts with the season. I think it disrupts their schedule.
Yeah.
I don't think either team likes the fact that they're going to be going to Australia at the beginning of the season, because it's going to disrupt however long it takes to get back and disrupt their schedule coming back. McVay and Shanahan have both said that they aren't great with it, but whatever, survive in advance. They're both taking different approaches to the travel over there. One team is the Rams are going over there like the day before, playing a game and then leaving. The 49ers are getting there 10 days early to get acclimated to the time difference and then playing.
I would also say a trip to Australia is vastly different than a trip to Europe.
Yeah.
Like the sleep schedule, the flight itself, it's more drastic. Like the idea that, Goodell is telling this German publication that no doubt at some point it will happen. Clearly, it's what the NFL wants. I think for fans, I'm guessing fans are split. Fans over there would be eager to support, right? Like I think we've seen that fans in England or Germany or Spain, that they support the NFL, that it's something that they would want to support. So it would work from a fan perspective for those over there.
Mm-hmm.
I think for American fans, the way it's currently set up, I'm guessing it's a 50-50 split for fans who think it's cool, who have the means to then go travel with their team to go over there. Like, that's an exciting trip to be able to follow your NFL team to London to see an NFL game. Like, that's a cool thing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Not everyone can afford that.
Yeah.
So if you can't afford it, what good does it do for you? Oh, so your favorite team's not playing at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. on a Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. That throws the whole schedule of my Sunday off.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So then you got that. You also have those who should be hosting the games in their current stadiums here in the States who get gypped out of a game, a home date.
Yep.
Right? So, like, I could see a lot of fans here in the States who actually don't think this is a great thing.
I think most fans here in the States don't think it's a great thing because
I lean more towards disliking it than liking it.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't
enjoy it. It doesn't do anything for me. I'm not going over there to see the games.
Look, it'd be different if you were telling me that we're going to put a team in Mexico City or we're going to put a team in Canada. That's close, it's closer, right?
Yeah, Canada, obviously.
There's a difference.
I mean, Toronto is far enough south that there are American cities that are more north than it. So
exactly.
That wouldn't be a difference at all.
Exactly. So that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that you want to put teams in London, in Spain, in Germany, I just think that the logistics of it are too much. I just think that the scheduling and trying to have a hub here probably and trying to have a hub over there and what you're trying to figure that out, it's ridiculous.
Well, and Raj also makes a point that, like, imagine if, say the NFL gets their way and eventually they put a division in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So you get Spain, Germany, France, and England, all with one team per country. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a 4-team division. What if one of those teams gets good and they're hosting the NFC title game? The AFC title game.
Yeah.
And so, like, for fans that want to travel, that would really be a home field advantage.
Yeah.
Right? That's, and I think the reason none of this has happened is the NFL wants it. They want to tap into that market, but logistically, how would you work it out? It doesn't make any sense on how you do it. You'd have to have those teams come over to the States for like a month and a half and play all of their road games that are not in their division.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
Yeah.
And then go back to Europe.
Yeah.
Because that's the travel that would be bothersome. The travel for a team in the States to go over there and play one game, they already do that.
Yep.
It's not a big deal.
And I don't think it would work because I think you get, and then you get the players to vote on it. And I don't know if they would go for it, but we'll see. They probably, just cancel a practice or two. They'll go for it.
Hey, Goodell's over there summering in Germany, though. And he's saying that at some point, no doubt, there will be a team outside of the U.S.
Yeah.
Jim Rome and the Jim Rome Show is coming up next.
This is Westwood One Sports.